Hey everyone. So today I want to talk about something that showed up in my inbox, and honestly, it stuck with me for a while. Someone asked, what should I do if someday a pain comes that I just can't handle? Not your regular bad day stuff. Not getting passed over for a promotion or a breakup, though those hurt too. They meant the kind of pain that feels like it could actually break you as a person. And if you've ever had that thought, even at 3 a.m. when your brain won't shut off, you're not broken and you're not weak. You're just human. And weirdly, you're asking yourself a really interesting question. Here's what I find fascinating about this question. It's not actually about the future, is it? It's about right now. It's about the fear we're carrying today about something that might happen tomorrow. The fear sounds like, I don't think I'm strong enough for what's coming. Everyone else seems like they'd handle this better than me. Maybe I should be. I don't know, mentally preparing somehow. And look, I get it. We live in a culture that loves preparation. We meal prep, we save for retirement, we make disaster kits. So, of course, the natural response is, okay, what's the mental strategy for unbearable pain? But here's where it gets uncomfortable. And I promise I'm going somewhere with this. When something truly overwhelming happens to us, real loss, real trauma, real shock, we don't respond from our thinking brain. We respond from somewhere much older and deeper. Our nervous system basically takes over. You can rehearse 1,000 brave thoughts in your head. You can imagine yourself being calm and wise and resilient. But when the actual moment hits, those thoughts often just vanish. And that doesn't mean you failed some test. It just means your brain is doing exactly what evolution designed it to do: survive first, philosophize later. So here's the tricky part. Trying to imagine extreme suffering in advance usually just creates anxiety in the present without actually building resilience for the future. It's like trying to train for a marathon by thinking really hard about running. Thinking isn't the same as training. So let me offer a different question. Instead of, how will I survive unbearable pain someday? Try, how do I actually respond when things don't go my way right now? Because, and this might sting a little, under extreme stress, we don't become wiser versions of ourselves. We become more consistent versions of ourselves. Whatever patterns you have now, they get louder. If you tend to shut down when you're overwhelmed, that pattern intensifies. If you blame yourself for everything, that voice gets meaner. If you reach out for help, you'll probably do that too. The good news is this means you can actually prepare, just not the way you thought. Real preparation doesn't happen in imagined catastrophes. It happens in Tuesday afternoon annoyances, when someone criticizes you and you feel that heat rising, when your plans completely fall apart, when you don't get the thing you really wanted. These aren't small pains to dismiss. They're your training ground. The question isn't, did I stay calm? Because who cares, honestly? The question is, what did I do next? Did I spiral? Did I attack myself? Did I completely shut down and go numb? Or even just for a second? Did I pause? Did I take a breath? Did I stay connected to myself and maybe one other person? Every time you practice that pause, that tiny moment of, okay, I'm feeling this and that's okay, you're strengthening the exact same system you'll need when bigger storms come. You're not building a wall against pain. You're building a relationship with yourself that says, we can get through things together. Now, one thing I want to be really clear about: being prepared does not mean never breaking down, never needing help, or staying positive while everything burns. That's not resilience. That's a marketing campaign. Real resilience includes falling apart. It includes asking for support. It includes feeling your grief fully, instead of performing strength for an audience. Strength isn't about not being shaken. It's about knowing somewhere deep down that you can find your way back after you've been shaken, even if it takes a while, even if you need help. And listen, this is just one way of looking at this question. It works for me. It might work for you, but please don't take this framework and try to force it on someone else who's struggling. That almost never goes well. If someone's in pain and you say, well, you should have been practicing with small stressors, they're probably going to throw something at you. And honestly, fair. This is about what you can do for yourself, not what everyone else should be doing. So if you're lying awake worrying about a future pain you can't even imagine yet, here's the truth that might actually help. You don't need to solve a catastrophe that hasn't happened. If you can meet today's disappointments, the annoying ones, the frustrating ones, the ones that make you want to scream, with just a little more awareness, a little more kindness toward yourself, and a willingness to stay connected instead of shutting down completely, then you're already preparing. Not perfectly, not like some Instagram quote, but realistically, and that's actually enough. Quick note before I go. Everything I've shared here is just personal reflection and general perspective. This isn't therapy, and it's not meant to replace working with a professional if you're genuinely struggling. If you're dealing with real trauma or mental health challenges, please reach out to someone qualified. You deserve that support. Take care of yourselves.